I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Justin Swafford and Cameron Martineau on the front row. Alberto Alvarez and Eric W. on the second row. Riley Shintog and Richie Joplin on the third row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Kirk Marble on the fourth. Tyler Ott and Jade Briette round out your top 10. Colby Whipple starting in 11th next to Vic Brown in 12th. Jacob Morgan starts in 13th. Adrian Bourdon in 14th. Richard Cragen in 15th. Austin Ruskoff starting in 16th. Aaron Brill and Colin McDonough 17th and 18th. Vern Spring in 19th. Brian Hewitt in 20th. Patrick Pieper and Ryan McDaniel round out the field. Apparently Austin Ruskoff is not happy with driving in a rectangle. It sure as heck beats driving in a triangle. All the drivers getting gridded up, ready to go. And it looks like Alberto Alvarez did not make the grid. He will have to start from pit road. Justin Swafford leading him around. And remember, they do have the bracket challenge tonight. Kirk Marble up against Richard Cragen. Jacob Morgan versus Colby Whipple. Justin Swafford versus Alberto Alvarez. Swafford starts on the front row. Alberto starting from pit road. And Vic Brown versus Clay Kirchenbauer. As we mentioned, 2.5 mile rectangle, the track temperature holding about 85 degrees at the moment. Still quite a bit cooler than what a lot of these drivers practiced in. And I heard a lot of drivers talking about the fact the extra grip is very, very welcome. It will also change up the driving style just a little bit, as we do know they will have to shift coming through the short chute here tonight. Pace car is in. And here they come toward the yard of bricks. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Indy. Alvarez has begun his roll off pit road. He has got to hope for a quick caution here early to get himself back in the pack. Everybody makes it out of turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway clean. Swafford puts a little gap on him. Riley has already jumped up 3 spots into second place. That mellow yellow car giving him some extra speed here tonight. Patrick Pieper also started from the back. Pieper already up 5 spots into 16. Jacob Morgan also on the move. That 24 team knows how to win at Indy. They are up to 9. Riley is already back up to the back bumper of Swafford. Jade Briette up a little wide, coming out of 4. He is losing some ground here early. Top 4 single file trying to pull away. Quite a bit of battling back in the mid-pack. Oh! Whipple had a problem. He's got it gathered up, but not before he loses a ton of speed and momentum. See if we can see what happened with Colby Whipple. Was he loose or did he get a bump? Try looking at this from another angle. I could not 100% tell on that one. Oh, he just snaps loose out of 1. He does save it. Richie Joplin back in 5th, set the fastest lap so far last time by. Cameron Martineau back in 3rd as Eric on his bumper and Richie closing in. Clay Kirchenmeyer starting to close back up and brings points leader Kirk Marble with him. Jacob Morgan still holding on to 10th. Richard Cragen has appeared to get his network issues cleared up. He is currently in 11th, and Patrick Pieper now up 8 spots into 13. Ryan Hewitt starting to make up some ground as well. Ryan McDaniel 2 spots back from him. These two have had quite a few run-ins this week. Could be a problem throughout this race. Riley Shintog currently runs in 2nd, trying to close back up on Swafford. And Clay Kirchenmeyer starting to move up. Richie Joplin is taking 4th. Clay looks low on the backstretch. Clay's got the run on Eric at the moment. Out of turn 4, will Clay? Oh, Clay gets way loose out of 4. Keeps it gathered up going the right way. But he'll have to fight Eric a little bit longer to take the position. Tyler Ott also lurking in this group. Jacob Morgan in 9th, closing in. As Richard Cragen moves up into 10th, now sets his sights on Jacob Morgan, and he may clear him into the chute. The top three have opened up about a 1 second gap on 4th place, Richie Joplin. Blake Kirchenbauer now having to deal with Kirk Marble looking underneath. Tyler Ott right behind, peeking underneath Eric down the backstretch. Looks like Jacob Morgan may be losing some ground here as Vic Brown goes by. Patrick Pieper gets by. There was a little bit of door banging. Coming out of 4, Morgan's going to lose another spot as Adrian pulls up into 12th. Hey, good evening, Wally. Thank you, buddy. Jake Briette starting to make some moves now as well, up to 13th. As Jacob Morgan continues to go backwards. That is a bit of a surprise for that car. Justin Swafford continues to lead, but Riley and Cameron are now right there with them. The gap back to 4th place, Richie Joplin, though, is growing. Blake Kirchenbauer, Kirk Marble trying to close the gap on Richie. Eric and Tyler Ott right behind. Hey, thanks, Wally. Appreciate it. Clay Kirchenbauer goes low down the front straightaway. Lets Kirk by easily. Vic Brown, Patrick Pieper right there together along with Richard Cragen. 9th, 10th, and 11th. Adrian not far behind, pulling up to him. That top 3, though, for the moment at least, very, very safe. As the gap back to 4th place, Richie Joplin continues to grow. Kurt going to extreme measures to break the draft that time. Down the back straightaway, Justin Swafford also trying to shake the 2 cars behind. Field starting to spread out quite a bit. From front to back, currently 14 1/4 seconds on track. Everybody settling into a rhythm until the first stop. The hotter temperatures they practiced in earlier, looking at 25 to 28 laps on fuel. However, with a 30-degree difference, the fuel window will change dramatically. And once one driver drops in, most of them are coming after. Kurt Marble back in fifth is now caught up to fourth place. Richie Joplin. Patrick Pieper, who has charged up 11 spots so far, closing in on Richard Cragen in ninth at the moment. Vic Brown now up to 11th. Adrian in 12th. Aaron Brill up 4 spots into 13th. And Jacob Morgan, who was fast early on, may have used his tires up a little too early. He has slipped back to 15th. Justin Swafford doing anything and everything he can to keep those 2 cars behind him, but it looks like Riley may have the advantage right now. Richie Joplin and Kirk Marble about 2 seconds behind. But as that top 3 starts to battle, they may be able to close the gap. Small group back at the back. Brian Hewitt, Colin McDonough, Vern Spring, and Ryan McDaniel all there together. Looks like they lost that lead draft early and haven't been able to pull back up. They are also going to need a caution to get back in the fight. And Alberto Alvarez, who started from pit road, is already up to 13th. Alberto definitely on the move. He comes into tonight second in points, but he's going to have to make up a lot of ground on Kirk Marble to have a shot at the title. And right now, Kirk Marble sits in 5th. Kirk's going to try and make the move on Richie. Richie moved to block, but it wasn't enough. Kirk gets under. He takes a position. Now can Kirk run down that top 3 as Clay Kirchenbauer closes back up on Richie? Eric still holds on to 7th. Tyler Ott in 8th, but Pieper now to 9th. Patrick still on the move. Riley still looking for a move on Justin Swafford. Hasn't been able to get there yet. With so many of these drivers driving defensively at the moment, anything could happen. Man, I have seen people trying to break the draft here at Indy in the past, but never quite this aggressively. Patrick Pieper has dropped back a couple of spots, and Vern Spring has come to pit road. Vern, the first driver in at lap 19. He'll get fresh tires, come back out, and see if he can make up some ground on track by short pitting. Oh, Richie got the wall. Richie Joplin just smacked the wall hard out of turn 4. Eric's going to get a huge run on him here. Richie did say the car was tight coming into tonight. Vern Spring is back out on track. Now the question is, with those fresh tires, how much ground can he make up? Lap times are starting to fall. Justin Swafford's fastest lap of 51.53. Last time by 52.49, almost a second slower. Colby Whipple is in. Jade Briette is in. Pit stops are underway as we have a new leader. Riley has been working on him for a while. Patrick Pieper is in. Swafford trying to come back underneath, and Swafford is on pit road. Kirk Marble is in. Clay Kirchenbauer, Eric is in. Tyler Ott, Vic Brown, Richard Cragen, Alberto Alvarez. Wow, half the field coming to pit road. Riley Shintal, Cameron Martineau, Jacob Morgan, and Aaron Brill stay out. I don't expect them to stay out very much longer. Caution is out. Brian Hewitt appears to have had a problem. And that is going to hurt these two drivers, or it's going to help these two drivers, but hurt a lot of other ones. Well, we said things would get exciting. If Brian Hewitt and Ryan McDaniel found each other, and they certainly did. Cameron Martineau and Colin McDonough still have not been in. Riley did come in as soon as pit lane was open, and a lot of other cars coming in to top off on fuel. They had 5 extra sets of tires here tonight. Jacob Morgan, Aaron Brill coming off pit road now as well. And it looks like the vast majority did take tires. Expecting to see Cameron and Colin in this time. Cameron is coming in. Now Colin is coming in. Kirk Marble is staying out. He will assume the lead. That'll put Justin Swafford in second. Clay Kirchenbauer in third. Richie Joplin in fourth. And Eric now up into fifth. Looks like Vern Spring will get waved back around to the lead lap. Colby Whipple will also get waved back to the lead lap. And Adrian and Vic Brown, a few others in position, including Alberto, that will be waved back onto the lead lap. Brian Hewitt did have to tow into pit road, but he is on his way out. He will be a couple of laps down. However, with the restart coming, everybody back together, some of these drivers that are currently trapped a lap down, they will have an opportunity to get back to the lead lap. Should be getting one to green this time. A lot of cars will be waved around to the tail end of the lead lap. And there they go as we get ready to go back to green. Kirk Marble and Justin Swafford on the front row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Richie Joplin on the second. Eric W. Richard Cragen on the third. Tyler Ott, Cameron Martineau, Colin McDonough, and Riley Shintag round out the top 10. Hey, good evening, Mark, and thank you as always, buddy, for the stars. And what do you guys say we crank it up on the restart? When the pace car drops, or when the green flag drops, I'm gonna shut up. You guys crank it up and listen to all this horsepower. All right, here we go. Pace car drops in. Get ready, folks. Green flag back in the air. Crank it up, everybody. Marble has the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer has gone to second, but battles with Richie Joplin. Justin Swafford dropped back a couple of spots, but now fighting back up into third. Richard Cragen now up 11 spots into fourth. Patrick Pieper also big move so far of 10 spots. Oh no, surely not. No, he backs out, does not go 3 wide into the short chute. That could have been bad. Coming out of turn 2, everybody on the attack there, 3 wide down the backstretch. They're gonna do it 3 wide into 3. Cragen up top, Eric in the middle, Clay on the bottom, and oh, they are bouncing. Banging into each other at 180 miles an hour might not be the best idea, but they made it work. Tyler Ott managing to slip by up into 5th. Eric, after getting beat up in the middle, back into 6th. While they're battling back behind, Kirk Marble has opened up a 9/10 of a second lead. Richie Joplin, Justin Swafford, second and third, nose to tail. Clay Kirchenbauer leads the rest of the field. Riley has dropped back into 8th place after just getting the lead shortly before the caution. And here comes Patrick Pieper side by side with Cragen, trying to get himself back into the top 10. Adrian Lurkin right behind at 12th, Vic Brown in 13th, Jacob Morgan in 14th, Aaron Brill in 15th, Whipple now in 16th, Vern up to 17th, Colin McDonough in 18th, Austin Ruskoff in 19th, Jay Briette currently in 20th, Ryan McDaniel 21st, Ryan Hewitt in 22nd. And Brian Hewitt directly ahead of Ryan again. The rivalry between these two is definitely going to keep going. Richie Joplin has managed to run down the leader and brought Swafford with him. Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th leads the biggest pack, but they are 1.3 seconds back at the moment. Hey, good evening, JR. How are you? Tyler Ott now up into 5th as Eric on the bumper. Cameron Martineau also there. Riley trying to get back up toward the front. Checking out back, Brian Hewitt, Ryan McDaniel, both still pointed the right way as Austin Ruskoff is on pit road. Now, we talked about that bracket challenge. We shared that on Facebook earlier tonight. Once we have the updated version, we'll post it as well. Kirk Marble is battling Richard Cragen. Kirk currently running in first. Cragen back in 11. Jacob Morgan and Colby Whipple. They are very close. Jacob currently in 14th. Whipple back in 16th, closing in. Justin Swafford and Alberto Alvarez also battling tonight. Swafford in 3rd. Alberto back in 9th. And Vic Brown battling with Clay Kirchmauer. Clay currently in 5th. Vic is dropped back to 13th. Austin is back out on track, but he did lose a lap. He has got some ground to make up here. Austin now back in 21st, hoping a caution will go his way. Tyler Ott now up into 4th and is closing in on the top 3, now just 1.1 seconds back. Patrick Pieper has been on the move all night long in that pack of cars, so we're going to ride along with him for a lap or so. Out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. Goes into 5th gear. We talked about it in pre-race. A lot of these drivers are shifting here tonight. Back down to 4th gear, off into turn 1. Down the short chute into 2. Trying to get that big run out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. And every driver, I am really surprised with how aggressive some of these guys are being, trying to break the draft here tonight. Back between 3 and 4. And back on turn 4, down the front straightaway, there begins the lead. Patrick Pieper did that lap in a 52.2. Kirk Marble about a half a second ahead of Richie. Swafford another half second back. Ott still trying to reel that top 3 in. Ott not making any effort to break the draft at the moment. He is just trying to get the fastest lap possible. Riley back there in 8th, keeps trying to peek underneath Cameron Martineau. The struggles the drivers have talked about with this car is it does not side draft well at all. So when you get alongside another driver, get too close, that side draft will actually slow you down. Richie Joplin catching back up to Kirk, but Swafford losing a little ground. Tyler Ott just over a second behind Justin. Patrick Pieper now back into the top 10, closing the gap on Alberto. Alberto came into tonight second in points behind Kirk Marble. He is going to have to get up there and push Marble, get past him, and make up some ground here tonight. Next week, though, could be a very interesting week for the championship. Next week, they go to Bristol. And sheet metal will fly. Vern Spring is on pit road. Most of this field pitted on lap 21 or 22, so they're all going to be within their fuel window here in a moment. Alberto gets underneath. Trying to get the run on Riley. Whoa, a little close there off two. Alberto now up into 8. Trying to close back up on Cameron. Patrick Pieper also looking under Riley now to get to 9th. Richard Cragen just behind him. Clay Kirchenbauer is on pit road. I'm guessing we'll see most of the field in next time by. And we'll be able to see if any drivers are out there conserving any fuel. What in the world? Kirk Marble just did the most aggressive move to break the draft I have ever seen. And the leader is not coming in. Folks, I've been broadcasting for 4 years. I have seen some of the craziest stuff in the world here at Indy. But folks, I have never seen that before. Jacob Morgan on his way back out. Kirk couldn't pull that same move now that pit stops are underway. Colby Whipple has completed his second stop. Kirk continuing to stay out. Clay Kirchenbauer just ahead. Clay now on fresh tires. Jacob Morgan right behind, also on fresh tires. I'm checking on Jacob because he suddenly lost a lot of ground. I think he might have had connection problems. And Brian Hewitt is in. they come. Richie Joplin, Kirk Marble, Tyler Ott, Eric all in. Adrian is coming in. Swafford back to the lead. This group back here, Cameron Martineau, Alberto Alvarez, Riley Shintog, and Patrick Pieper. These 4 drivers and a few that have been with them, man, they have been battling it out. Be interesting to see the pit strategy and how the rest of this race goes with this group having been so close together throughout the race. Alberto is in. Swafford, Pieper, Cragen coming in. Cameron and Riley both stay out. Aaron Brill was the last one to pit. He is staying out as well. During that last cycle of pit stops, we did see the caution. That could be why so many drivers staying out this time, hoping for another. Colin McDonough also stretching his fuel. Now up into 4th. Jay Briette has been to pit road as well on his way out. Ryan McDaniel also just completed his stop as Riley and Aaron Brill come in. Cameron continues to run. Surprised Aaron is in already. Remember, he was the last one to get to make a stop. I kind of expected him to stretch it another lap. Should see Cameron and Colin in here in just a moment. That will complete the cycle of stops. Cameron is in and caution is out. Caution is out again. And it looked like Cameron tried to get back out on track but couldn't get it done. And Patrick Pieper involved. Oh, Patrick out of turn 4, hit the outside wall. Ouch. That was a big hit. That is a broken car. We'll see if anybody else comes to pit road. Likely see a few in this time to top off on fuel. I do believe this will put Jacob Morgan in the lucky dog position. May get him back on the lead lap. And gonna see if we can get a word with Kirk Marble and ask him about those attempts to break the draft here. As several cars are in, topping off on fuel. Hey, Kirk, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Hey, I've been doing this for 4 years. I broadcast a lot of races at this track. I have never seen the level of trying to break the draft that you have displayed here tonight.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of something to do with Richie. I just didn't want him to get any of my draft.
Well, man, I have to say, that was some aggressive, especially out of 2, some aggressive draft breaking attempts. How close? I mean, you got close to the grass. Did you get a little bit worried there?
No, I figured the closer I get, and if someone's trying to follow me, maybe they'll go on the grass and mess up.
Well, man, that was some of the gutsiest driving I've ever seen. You're driving like a pissed off teenager out there.
There's a lot more to come, Doug.
Oh, God. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Well, there you have it, folks. Kirk Marble's not done yet. Jacob Morgan has not been waved back to the lead lap, nor has anybody else that I have seen. Patrick Pieper still on pit road waiting for his team to get that car repaired. Colby Whipple's coming in to top off. Several cars at the moment at the tail end will be waved past the pace car. And look at that, folks. There is sunlight on the track. The cloud cover might be breaking. Quick look at the track temperature. It is already up a couple of degrees. Not nearly as hot as what they practiced in earlier on. But when this track gets hot, it gets greasy and slick. Things could get interesting if it gets much hotter. Lights are out on the pace cars. They stack back up. Riley Shintog, Kirk Marble on the front row. And look who's on the second row beside Clay Kirchenbauer. It is Alberto Alvarez. Eric and Justin on the third row. Colin McDonough, Richard Craig, and Cameron Martineau. And Colby Whipple round out the top 10. But Kirk Marble versus Alberto Alvarez, that is for the championship. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag back in the air at Indy. Riley manages to break away quickly into turn 1. Kirk into second. Alberto side by side with Swafford. A little contact. Brill apparently trying out the Kirk Marble maneuver. Cameron Martin is coming to pit road. That is unexpected. Alberto Alvarez finally clears into fourth. Swafford in fifth. Richard Cragen there in sixth. Oh, wreck on the back straightaway. Tyler Ott, Ryan McDaniel, and Bolt, they cleared the racing surface, no caution. Oh, looks like they got bumpy coming out of turn 2. Back this up just a hair. Ryan gets loose coming out of 2. Tries to gather it up, but Ott gets there. They bang doors. Wow. And a close call for the other car sitting there. Kirk Marble just set the fastest lap of the race. 51.39 last time by. Richard Cragen has moved past Swafford into fifth. Jacob Morgan in the 24 up in the mix, hoping for that next caution to put him back on the lead lap. Riley and Kirk, meanwhile, opening up a gap back to Clay Kirchenbauer in third. Clay now 1 1/4 seconds back. Alberto Alvarez in fourth. Swafford trying to get back into fifth, looking underneath Cragen as they go off into 1. I can tell you folks from experience, going through that short chute side by side, you can do it, you almost have to do it, but it is not a comfortable feeling. Side by side all the way around, just behind Adrian and Eric, battling side by side for 7th place. Adrian moves up as they go into 1, and Adrian blinked. Adrian may have just lost connection. No, he has come back, but he lost a lot of ground. He's back to 11th. That has got to be heartbreaking, just taking a position to blink out and be further back. Vic Brown now up into 8th. Eric up to 7th. Richie Joplin has faded back to 9th. Back up front, Kirk Marble staying right on the bumper of Riley, but not pushing the issue. Austin Ruskoff is on pit road. Patrick Pieper and Brian Hewitt both still on pit road, awaiting repairs. While Brian is on pit road, let's see if we can get a word with him. Brian, it's Doug, you got me?
Hey, what's going on, Doug?
Hey, man, I have to ask the obvious question. A little contact between you and Ryan again tonight. Does the feud continue?
I mean, I don't think it's ever ended or began. It just is.
So it'll be the never-ending story between you two.
It is. Yep.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting over the next few weeks watching this play out, man. Are you going to be able to get back down?
I think I have 5 minutes of repairs left, so we'll see.
Well, hope you get back out, buddy, and hope you guys can steer clear of each other.
Yep. Just stay away from me, Ryan. You hearing me?
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Doug.
So, yeah, that will be the never-ending story, and they race together on Monday nights in Jones BS Racing, here on Wednesday nights in C12 Motorsports, and when the Street Stock Season 2 fires back up, we'll see them on track again 3 nights in a row. Those two doing battle, it might get a bit rough. Top two still together. They have a 1.7-second lead on third place Alberto. And fourth place Clay Kirchenbauer, now 2 seconds back from Alberto. Swafford back in fifth, Cragen in sixth, Eric in seventh, Vic Brown in eighth, Richie Joplin in ninth, and Adrian currently in 10th. You gotta feel bad for Adrian. He obviously has a fast car here, was making his way up through the field, then got sent backwards due to a glitch. Oh, we've got cars in the wall. It was Eric and Jacob. Both drivers slow out of 2. Jacob and Richie touch. Wow. They were briefly 4 wide on the backstretch. That is definitely not a comfortable feeling for those drivers. See if we can see that incident yet again. Down the back straightaway, and things got very, very tight. See if we can back it up just a hair more. And Eric bounced off the wall out of turn 1, had contact with Jacob. Both drivers go up the track. Richie goes underneath. He has contact. Everybody else slides by. Great job by Eric and Jacob staying up top. Richie Joplin is on pit road. Everybody is within the fuel window. Both Eric and Ryan McDaniel have pitted. Everybody is within the window to go the distance from here. Now it's a strategy move. Who blinks first? Clay Kirchenbauer is in. Alberto Alvarez back in third, still trying to reel in the top 2. Riley's starting to put some air between him and Kirk Marble at the moment. Justin Swafford now in 4th, Cragen in 5th. car, Richie Joplin, both coming off pit road now as Richard Cragen is in, Alberto Alvarez is in. Vic Brown coming in. Riley did pit later than everybody else on that last stop. Could see him stretch it a little bit further than Kurt Marble. But fresh tires currently about a second a lap faster. Way back out on his fresh tires as it, here comes Cragen. Alberto on his way out. Colin McDonough just went to fifth, shot by Aaron Brill like he was standing still. Colin having a great run here tonight, had a great run last night in the Fall Classic as well. And Brian Hewitt back on track. Justin Swafford in third now, Adrian in fourth. Colin McDonough in fifth. The top 8 have not been in for their final stop yet. Alberto Alvarez currently runs in ninth. He is the highest running car on fresh Goodyears. Marble is coming in. This will be his final stop. Riley stays out. Colby Whipple now in for his final stop as well. Riley still up front. Kirk Marble back out on track. Riley is in. Justin Swafford is coming in. Looks like Adrian is coming in third. Aaron Brill stays out. Colin McDonough also staying out. Tyler Ott looks to be coming in as well. Looks like Tyler may have some front end damage. And we've got a car slow on the bottom. It is Brian Hewitt. That car is tore up, folks. See if we can see what happened. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Ryan McDaniel back behind. They get together again. Hewitt gets the worst of it. And caution is back out. Once again, right in the middle of pit stops, looks like Patrick Pieper involved. See if we can back this up and see. Pieper having a rough night here tonight as well. What in the world? I have to think Pieper came off pit road like this, was trying to limp it around. Here's Patrick coming back out off pit road. Yeah, that car is all sorts of torn up. Looks like it just died in the track. And here come final pit stops for those who had not been in yet. Aaron Brill, Colin McDonough, they are both in. Kirk Marble, Alberto Alvarez, the top two, also the two battling for the title. A quick check of the bracket challenge. Kirk Marble is ahead of Richard Cragen in their bracket. Jacob Morgan and Colby Whipple challenging each other tonight. Whipple in 8th at the moment. Jacob back in 17th. Clay Kirchenbauer currently sitting in 3rd up against Vic Brown back in 7th. And Alberto Alvarez in 2nd, up against Justin Swafford in 5th. Does look like a few cars will get waved back to the lead lap. Riley now back in 14th. What a heartbreak for that kid. Every time he gets up to the front, something goes wrong. Lights go out on the pace car. Less than 10 to go here at the Brickyard. Alberto about 19 points behind Kirk Marble coming into tonight. If he can beat him on track, that would be huge going into Bristol next week, where anything could happen. But if Kirk Marble pulls off the win here tonight, he could very well secure that championship. Kirk Marble already has 3 wins this season. Alberto only has 1. And pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. It'll be 8 to go at the line. Kirk Marble quickly gets to the front. Alberto now side by side with Clay. Richard Cragen kissed the wall. Adrian looked like he had some problems coming through 1. He's got it gathered up, and Kirk getting even more aggressive. Justin Swafford back up into 4th, Adrian in 5th. Adrian still having connection problems. Can it hold out for just 7 more laps? Alberto looks low, couldn't get to the inside of Clay that time. Oh, Cragen kisses the wall. Looked like he may have given Vic Brown a little contact. Kirk Marble has managed to open up a 1-second lead already. Vic Brown, another driver, having a great run tonight. Vic already up 5 spots into 7. And let's see how aggressive Kirk is coming out of 2 this time. He may be far enough ahead. He doesn't need to break the draft. And caution is out. Caution is out with 6 laps to go. Aaron Brill involved. Aaron right there with Jacob. Oh! See if we can get a look from the blimp. That car to the outside smacks the wall, and some net code sends Aaron around. We talked about it last night when iRacing has updates. Day or 2 after, you tend to see some glitches, and that is playing out here. Justin Swafford led here early, back and forth. And Riley has marched back up to 9th place. He is going to have to make up a lot of ground on the restart to get back to the front. A couple of drivers, yeah, they are faking to pit road. Nobody believed them. Looks like we will get the 1 to go next time by, so it will be 2 to go on the restart. As Eric and Bob Ross are waved back to the lead lap. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Home Motorsports is off for the season. After their season finale last week. However, we will have the community convoy up tomorrow evening at 8 Eastern. Come tune in, say hi to the unicorn. And as always, if you're on American Truck Sim, you're always welcome to join the convoy. Is back out on track, several laps down. Brian Hewitt is back on pit road. And it looks like Ryan McDaniel is out of the race. Eric got the wave around back to the lead lap. He took advantage. He came in 4 tires and fuel. He is going to have a big advantage here. Can he make it work? Lights are out on the pace car. We'll get the green flag next time with 2 laps to go. And that's going to be the car to keep an eye on. He has much fresher tires than everybody else on track. Everybody's stacked up, ready to go. Things are about to get very interesting on track. Remember, we do have the possibility for 2 green-white checkered finishes here tonight. This one will not count as one of those green-white checkers because they just naturally came to a restart with 2 to go. Pace car is in. flag back in the air. 2 laps ago at the line. Kirk already breaking away. Alberto Alvarez has moved to second. Bumpy Clay back to third. Adrian in fourth. Swafford in fifth. And Kirk getting crazy, breaking the draft again. We talked about Eric W. having fresh tires. Jim and Bob already fighting their way toward the front. And here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around. Can Kirk Marble hold on to it? Alberto managing to stay close. Clay Kirchner not far behind. Justin Swafford moves up into fourth. Eric W. won't be able to get to the front, but he is flying forward. Down into turn 3, the short shoot to turn 4. If Alberto has anything left, he's going to make a move. But the gap is too big. Kirk Marble will win at the Brickyard. Alberto came home with a very close second place. Clay Kirchner comes home in third. And a quick look at our bracket challenge. Kirk Marble beats Richard Cragen. Colby Whipple beats Jacob Morgan. Alberto Alvarez beats Justin Swafford. And Clay Kirchenbauer beats Vic Brown. Let's talk to our top 3. Clay, one heck of a run there to come home on the podium.
Hey Doug, I think it's our first podium of the year here.
Well, it was an impressive run. It seems like you should have had about 5.
Yeah, should have had one last week and had an unfortunate last corner there, but yeah, I mean, I'm still learning these cars. Felt like I was probably a 6th to 8th place car tonight. And did a little strategy there at the end, taking 2 and short pitted, and kind of worked out for me, but man, I don't think I passed anybody all night. Not one person.
Well, man, you still had a great run, a great fight, and a great finish, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week at Bristol.
Hope so, buddy. And we, unfortunately, Alberto not available to interview, so let's talk to our winner, Kirk Marble. Kirk, 4th win of the season by virtue of some very extreme draft breaking.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I still don't like this car though, Doug.
Well, it seems to like you. It's working good so far, and you extend your championship lead.
Yeah, it was a good point today, that's for sure. I feel bad for Richie for getting his speeding penalties, but whoever was up front in this race, they had a huge advantage. It was just seemed like the car was faster up front.
Well, that and whoever's up front breaking the draft, going through the grass practically.
Yeah, I was trying to get real risky with it the last couple laps.
Oh, that was definitely obvious, and it definitely worked out, man. Back in victory lane, extending the points lead. A great night for you.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
And Kirk Marble pulls off the win. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, no race tomorrow night, but we do have the convoy, so make sure you drop in and say hi. Hope everybody has a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.